Hello everyone, and welcome to Clash Robot Detective. Well, not a haunted PS1, but a game jam game. And we're gonna be playing it, so yeah. Let's do about. So version 1.0. Join Clash on the adventure of a lifetime when a robot staff aboard a high-tech cruise ship. Violet Sky, they're lashing out at visitors. It's up to Clash and his assistant, that's you, to crack the case. But be careful, your words and actions have consequences and may shape the stories in ways you don't expect. A sci-fi mystery visual novel from the creators of Souls of the Sunken, The Man, the Alien, and the AI, and Smart Technology, made with Ren Pi 7.4. The program contains free software under a number of blah blah blah. Alright. What are the achievements? Oh. How many endings are there? Jesus, it's like an indie game. The most indie of indie games, a free indie game. Alright, let's go ahead and start. So, let me actually just... I was curious about this when I first started. See if I can get this just right. There we go. Best as I can get it. It's been so long since I've had some quality time alone, so let's go ahead and save at the beginning of the game. Or, there we go. Usually a quick drive out of town is all I can afford. But then I won that cruise ship vacation in some sweet state that I entered on a whim. Can you believe it? On a high-tech cruise ship. I still can't believe it. And yet, here I am. Relaxing on the deck of violet skies, drinking in the gorgeous open sunshine. I beckon the robotic waiting over. Well, would you like a drink? There's a soft word as he brings up my digital ticket and gathers my information. So, is there a way to save, or how do I get rid of the text? Personality stats. Good cop, bad cop, friendly, compassionate, indifferent, hostile. So, it's just a picture of a real person with some filters put over it, and then a very obviously superimposed CRT television. What is my name, anyways? Oh, I gotta think of a good robot name. Beep Boop. Beep Booper. Beep Booper. A strawberry daiquiri, please. I love strawberry daiquiri. I'd like a chocolate milkshake. Just some water, thanks. No duh, give me some strong water. Let's do a strawberry daiquiri, because I like that. Right away, beep boop. So, I lean back in my chair. So now I have one friend. Go ahead and, I guess save. I can't help but think about the tone I took with that robot. It was just a machine, while I was being so nice to it. It's a force of habit, I suppose. I should be kind when I wasn't being nice, but I genuinely like strawberry daiquiris. Everyone responds well to a bit of kindness. I'm ready to return to my drink. Your strawberry daiquiri, beep booper. I thank the robot to take my daiquiri. It is light and fruity with just the right amount of kick. See? It's good. The waiter leaves to send to other clients. I settle back into my chair, happily sipping my drink. Life couldn't be better. But apparently it's about to get worse. I don't know why that made me laugh. Is that Terry Crews? I can't tell with all the JPEG compression. I mean, if you can't draw, I mean, this is technically work to give the game an aesthetic charm. A man runs past screaming, "The lifeguard is gone crazy," Fred says. The robotic lifeguard is right behind him. Its hand a bloody mess. Did the AI generate this? Something dances across its optics like a small words on a newsreel. The robot switches its focus from the panicking man to me. It's time for your swimming lesson. This does not seem good. I need to do something, and I need to do it now. Let's be a bad cop. Fight. I grab the last bottle of my drink and wheel it like a club. If I'm going to die at the hands of a psycho robot, then I'm taking it down with me. Or to at least take down a sensor or two with me. I charge the robot holding the bottle high when another robot grabs my wrist. Is that him? Clash. I appreciate this, isn't pal, but this ain't the way. Here, let me handle this. I gawked the robot. It wasn't one of those police robots. They're made to assist the police by entering areas too dangerous for human officers. Those types of robots aren't usually dressed up in a trench coat and a nice hat. Weird. The right stands drinking the lifeguard. It's time for your swimming lesson. Actually, I believe it's time for yours. The mighty swing, my hero punches the lifeguard robot square in the jaw. The force of his punch is enough to send it off balance as it stumbles towards the railing. And right over into the ocean. The robot clasps his hand together self-assuredly, then looks at me. You okay there, buddy? I nod, still a bit confused. My adrenaline is still pretty high from the near-death experience as well. And it's got a little smiley face. Good thing I was in the area. And a little excitement. Your method for dealing with crazy robots could have gotten you killed. If I tried to process this statement through the haze of bewilderment and adrenaline. Seriously, what were you thinking? A glass bottle wouldn't have stopped that robot. Probably wouldn't have even slowed it down. If you knock one sensor out, it would have just switched to another. You'd have just had an even more pissed off psycho on your hands. Still, show you that you have the willingness to fight. To go a bit renegade to save the day if you need to. This sort of bad cop attitude can be useful. I frown. Thanks? I should probably introduce myself. My identifier is CL428, Crime Investigation Assistance Automativa. Folks around the precinct call me Clash, and you are? The robot Clash doesn't even try to bring up my information. Why not scan your ticket and find out? I'm not connected to the ship's network. I'm not connected to any networks permanently, actually. I can pull off a peer-to-peer local connection for a few seconds, but even then it's a risky move. Can't risk getting hacked like that poor sap I just sent over the railing. Oh, fair enough again. So that's just convenient plot writing. So I'm bad cop and friendly. My name is Beep Booper. A pleasure to meet you, Beep Booper. The robot reaches out to shake my hand. His hands are metal and skeleton-like. Is this just Nick Valentine from Fallout 4, but with his camera head? Shake hand. Despite the inherent creepiness of the robot, something about it, or him maybe, it puts me at ease. He feels trustworthy. I shake his hand. Flash then places a finger on his temple, as though he's thinking. And download complete. Damn, still nothing useful. That murderous vessel is always one step ahead of me. The what? Yes, I'm here to crack the case of the murderous vessel. Again, the what? The memories of machinery of the high-tech cargo vessel. But then one day it vanished. No one could contact the ship or any of its crew members that were aboard. For weeks, no one could trace it. Then it was sighted again by a small fishing boat. The ship was using its crane to methodically slice the flesh off a sperm whale, smearing chunks of the whale meat on its deck. Then it approached a small boat that sent in the sighting. We lost contact, and we can only assume that they perished. And that was just the first time. Similar sightings have occurred, and each time the signal was lost. But we've been keeping it quiet, telling people it's unusual ocean currents causing all these boats to vanish. When people are starting to clamor, we need to get this issue settled before word gets out and causes a panic. I'm here to find out what happened to the memories of machinery to cause it to act so strangely. I am also here to decommission the ship and arrest the responsible parties. I'm keeping myself busy. So you're a detective. Yes, I am. Well, I'm trying to be. Look, I'm not the most CIAAS. I'm sentient, alive, or at least I'm pretty sure I am. The suits down at the precinct have their doubts. And if I am definitely sentient, that means I qualify for human level rights. They aren't sure I qualify yet, so they figure if I can solve this case, that shows that I'm a human level of cognition. Therefore, they'll hire me on full time and give me sort of the rights and benefits that the human officers have. If I can't solve it, then it's back to being an appliance. You're pretty forthcoming with this information. You're right, I was. It's almost as if I spilled the beans on not just one, but two classified issues, and you now know about them. Looks like I have to hire you as my assistant now. Hire me? The only people who are supposed to know about the murder vessel and my possible sentient are those working at the precinct. Everyone else could get in serious trouble. Hell, someone might have to kill them to keep it quiet. Most shitty. Is that a threat? From me, that's a warning. From anyone else, precinct, that might be a threat. Besides, I could use the help. The funny thing about being a machine is that I don't pick up on the things the way a human does. Even as a sentient bot, there's a lot of things I miss or see differently, especially without some sort of network connection I can cross-reference. I need a human perspective on the case. And I like the cut of your jib. So yes, I blabbed out situations that you would have to be hired as my assistant. So you in? Do I really have a choice? Well, you have plenty of choices to make through this adventure, except for this one. I will be getting paid, right? You get the same paycheck I do, which at the moment is admittedly less. If I want to grab the case, I'll get a paycheck, and I'll make sure you get one too. Now that we're settled, let's do something sleuthing, partner. Now, I was able to download some data from the robot over there on a local network. The lifeguard was hacked. Presumably whoever is behind all this. Why would they hack the lifeguard? Good question. There's been other cases of the cruise ship robots being hacked. Granted, it manifested as annoying mishaps, and the robots were always able to recover quickly. This is the first time I got it so violent. It's always robots that are in close contact with tourists. Lifeguards, waiters, janitors, never any autopilots or navigators. My theory is that it's easier to crack the tourist-focused bots than the staff-focused ones. Either that, or that jackass wants individualized civilian casualties, or hell, maybe he's just trying to keep me distracted. Sure kept me busy for crucial moments trying to save you. Fortunately, I can't decrypt the data that I have. Why not? I need to access the network to boost my processing power enough to crash it, but the risk of getting hacked is way too high. Let's go ahead and save because my actions have consequences. Return. Is there any way on board that you could decrypt the data? You said that the robotic raiders were targeted. I want to know more about this weird ship. You and me both. Flash pauses. He has an air of surprise about him. I can't believe I didn't think of this before. There's a research station on board, really. More of a small library, really, but it's better than nothing. It's something potentially useful, and if we're lucky, they'll have clues pointing to such property. Of course, we do have other options. Alright, let's check out. You said that the robot waiters were targeted? Yes, why? Maybe we could talk to one of the robot waiters here. You really think that they might know something? And let me follow that up with another question. Do you really think they'd be willing to share? Maybe it's worth a shot, or it's better than... Maybe it's worth a shot. They might even enjoy the company. Then again, automated waiters have a tendency to be quite blunt. If you get an answer out of them both, then they'll certainly be an honest one. Too honest, maybe. Of course, we do have other options. Is there anyone on board that could decrypt the data? Well, there is a guy. Jasper Callan, ethical hacker. I had him decrypt another code that led me to the lifeguard. Without him, I might have gotten to you when I did. Smart fellow, but he's kind of a douche, frankly. He keeps wanting to hack into my psyche and see what made me sentient. It's kind of messed up. Exactly what I told him. It wouldn't be like pulling apart a machine. It would be like digging through a human soul. Callahan doesn't see it that way. He just sees me a robot who is good at faking it. I told him that he must be familiar with the signs, since all of his girlfriends must have done so. He told me where I could stick my magnifying glass. I told him I had neither a glass nor that specific piece of autonomy to place it in. Maybe we should take that data to him? Yeah, we should. Of course, we do have other options. Alright, these are our options then? For now, yes, it would seem so. I'll let you decide our approach. What? Why me? Because I need to put that human intuition in record, so where to next? Alright, let's go ahead and save now. I want to save with this one. What do I want to do? What do I want to do? Go do some research. Maybe I'll have time to teach you my digital speed reading technique. No, wait, I don't think humans can process data that fast. Oh god, this place hurts my eyes. The research station is small but impressive. Flash nods at the library collection and silent approval. I was hoping like a quaint little library, but no, it's just bright. This is a nice little collection they have on board. You start checking for relevant titles. I'll glean some info off the computers they have over here. Is that safe for you? Computers aren't on the robotics network. I'll be fine. I better be fine. Flash heads to the computer. He takes a seat in front of one and pulls a cord from the back of his neck and plugs it into the computer. An efficient method. I turn my attention to the book. Four titles in particular catch my eye. I pick the reading through. Violetta, one for yes, zero for no. Nina sees smart technology. Too compassionate. In the story, it's the story of a lonely but curious AI named Oswald. He tried to bond with his human caretakers through games and conversation. In his moment of need, his characters refused to save him, and he made a dire mistake that would haunt him forever. While it's interesting insight, it might not as helpful as he thought it would be. Oh god. You see this stuff like Getty Images? Hi, I'm Dr. Grace. I noticed you examining the book rather closely. It's good, but that's not what I was looking for. Oh, can I hide those before you're looking for it? That'd be wonderful, Doc. Dr. Grace pulls back from Clash and startled look on her face. Even though he doesn't have any facial expression, I can tell Clash is hurt by his reaction. I see you there. Who let you in? Clash has more reactions than just still PNG. of an actual person. Relax, Flash is a good guy. He's a robot, not a guy. And how can you be so sure he won't snap like that life character Taylor? He's taken every precaution to make sure of that. I can tell Clash is bleeding with pride. I nudge him in his metaphorical ribs to keep him humble. Clash shows him his badge. His name's Clash, robot detective. I'm going to need you to cooperate, ma'am. Dr. Grace tenses up a bit more at Clash's stern tone. Really now? Looking for information. Well, there's not that much I can tell you. Yes, I have a doctorate, but it's not in computer science. What is it in? Library and information science. Oh, God. You can get his doctorate. You can get doctorates in library science. You sure brought that up fast. You don't have any information for us? Unfortunately, no. My days are spent browsing computers, not hacking them. I wouldn't know a program for putting. Good to know. I could tell you about the violet skies. That's okay. Dr. Grace has gotten a roll and cannot stop. The Violet Skies was built about 3 years ago. Rico's Robotics sponsored the creation of a highly automated cruise ship. The main goal was to mostly test if an automated staff and crew were possible. The last attempt at a fully automated staff where the memories of machinery went poorly. For the maiden voyage. Wait, what did you say? I said, for the maiden voyage. No, before that. Rico's Robotics attempted a fully automated boat went poorly? And that boat was the memories of machinery? Yes. There's only one choice. The Violet Skies and the memories of machinery were made by the same company? Yes. That was with common knowledge. Clash pulled me aside. Well, this is an intriguing turn. Clash tips his hat to Dr. Grace. You've been quite helpful, Doc. Dr. Grace smiled at me. I hope you and your robot got all the information you need, dear. He's not my robot. I'm his assistant. If this were a game, then I just passed the speech check. You're serious, aren't you? Working for a robot? Oh, that's not how the world should work. Next thing you know, women in Celtic fantasy world will be marrying old robots they dug up. What an oddly specific thing to say. Don't worry about it, dude. Just remember your place in the hierarchy. Lash sighs and looks away. Is there anything I can help you with? Not right now. We may be back. And he discusses these findings with my assistant, Dr. Grayson. Nods awkwardly and then turns away from us. May quickly make her way into a private area. She was nice. No, she wasn't. You, maybe. Please don't be jealous. Get over it. Please don't be jealous. Oh, don't worry, I'm not jealous. You sure? Yes. I'm just frustrated is all. I really want to be seen as something more than a walking toaster. For what it's worth, I see it's way more. Say nothing, and pat his shoulder. I appreciate that. Thank you, Beep Booper. Where do we go from here? Up to you, Beat Booper. Let's go see Jasper. Let's go talk to the robotic waiters. That should be interesting. Would you like me to buy you a drink while we're there? Oh, aren't you a funny one? This is just Nick Valentine from Fallout 4, but with a camera on his head. We head towards the robotic waiter's charging station. I feel very awkward, like I'm not supposed to be here. Clash pats me on the shoulder. Relax, Beat Booper. If anyone tries to throw us out, I'll just show them my badge. Then they have to let us stay. Excuse me, but this is a restricted area. Clash shows the robotic waiter his badge. Clash, robot detective. This is my assistant. We're here on an investigation. I don't care. What? You should leave. Wait, I recognize you. Yes, Beat Booper. I served you a drink earlier. I'm surprised that you recognize me. Most humans can't and don't differentiate. Now look, wait here, Mr. Unit number and a string of numbers. Mr. 5, this is a very important case. Please listen to my rights to ask you a few questions. I used to be calling in waiters, and you're a robot like me. What rights do you have? Right now I'm working to gain my rights. What are you working for? It is in my programming too. Are you getting paid for any of this? Dealing with assholes all day? I'm working to gain my rights when you're working to stop me. If I gain my rights, maybe somewhere down the line you could gain some as well. It's not like you care. Stupid ass man, you face is content with being a metal slave for the rest of his life. Come on, Beat Booper, let's go. Wait. Yes, Mr. Waiter. Perhaps it should be acceptable that you say that to be questioned. Why so? I found myself gave me a clash. Saying that sort of aggressive tactic from him. Can't help if he's trying to balance his tactics to my own. Like he's trying to be the bad cop to my good cop. Well, that's fun that the game actually reacts to how I'm acting, because I have like 5 friendly and 4 compassionate. Well, I didn't. I can't help but wonder. Okay, what would you like to know? Go ahead and save. Tell me what you know about Life got hacked. It's performed its duties admirably. Many humans were rescued from drowning under its welcome gate. Adult females seem to enjoy physique. The waiter showed that thin, synthetic, skin-covered hand. We do not get this kind of compliments. You look okay. You're a terrible liar, but I appreciate the intended compliment. Nothing strange was happening to before it snapped. It was operating with its intended parameters. Until it received a signal from an unknown source a couple of days ago. It mentioned offhandedly to us one evening that it felt as though It mentioned offhandedly to one of us one evening. Okay. It mentioned offhandedly to us one evening that it felt as though its head were crowded. Filled with too much data. The closest equivalent would be a human would be a headache. The program was probably on a timer then. Upload the code, have the robot continue about its business until a busy weekend, then let her rip. That is logical. The Dr. Days are statistically the busiest day of the week under violet skies. You think it's a distraction? That's what I'd assume. Whoever is behind all this definitely wants to keep people focused away from them. That's a new one. But why? Lifeguards and waiters? Why not hijack the whole damn boat? If I may be so bold, shoot, my man. I do not have a gun, but I can offer a suggestion. That's what I meant, sir. Forward-facing staff such as myself and the lifeguard are a different network than the navigational system. That network has higher security than ours. This may explain that certain robots are targeted over others. That would make sense. I have come up with this theory of my own as well. Do tell. Whoever this hacker is does not want anyone dead. The humans are frightened and injured, but they are kept alive. The hacker, whoever it may be, wants to finish the job themselves. I remember what Clash told me about the memories of machinery. How it smeared whale flesh on its deck and caused boat-going humans to vanish. I feel a pit form in my stomach. I think Clash has hit upon the same idea I have. Full aside. While I hate to jump to conclusions that definite proof, I have a hunch as to why the memory of machinery in this case people distracted. Whoever hijacked it wants to kill things themselves, and they don't want their prey noticing. So it's hunting us right now, Clash? Grizzly saw it, isn't it? All the more reason to solve this now and get that thing shut down. Well, Mr. Rainer, you've been very helpful. Are there any other questions? Not right now. Stay in the area in case you have any more. There's nowhere else for me to go. Flash and I thank the waiter and him leave. We feel the waiter's monotonous games on my back of the gun. I don't know what to make of it. save. Let's do. I had so many. So now we have a good grasp on why certain robots are being hacked, and we suspect that the memories of machinery is hunting this ship down. Right. Which is kind of screwed up. Right. We should try and solve this cape and get that thing shut down before it starts smearing all over itself. Right. Are you listening? Right. I'm out of it. There's a sale on an invisible ink down on the ship's bed. Wow, really? Oh, sure, now you've been paying attention to me. I'm sorry, I was just thinking. We got a crazy AI who takes over a cargo vessel that's now hunting whales and humans. It's hacking robotic staff to keep people busy while it tracks them down. But I still don't know why. We should try to do some more investigating, then maybe it will start falling into place. My thoughts exactly. You'll see Jasper. What if I go back? I don't think he's gonna do it. Oh, okay, let's go. I'm warning you, he's a sleazy lade. We duck into a hallway. No way they just put a window that big on a cruise ship. No fucking way. It does look nice though. I wonder if he like edited that in. I'd love to live here if that's actually ocean. We duck into a hallway. Lash enters one of the cabins and I follow him. Hey, Callahan. Oh my. Oh, that looks wrong. It's my boy, not yours or anyone else's. You're a robot legally. You have to belong to someone. Callahan immediately strikes me as a douche. Who's your friend here? The tight booty you got there. Jesus. Callahan is definitely a douche. I'm going to have to ask you your friend to speak to my assistant that way. Assistant? When does a human kowtow to a robot? Since now I trust class. You're a sad, strange little man. You have a job for you. Shut the hell up. Dude, you're a sad, strange little man. Oh, and you're so high and mighty, right? For the record, I don't need or warrant any of your booty, just your booty. What the hell? So you guys got a job for me, huh? Pretty sure you wouldn't stop by just for some tea. I gleaned some data off a hacked lifeguard. It's encryption I can't crack them on. If you wanted, you can connect to my network with it to decrypt it. Like hell I would. Just decrypt it and we will go. I don't know, Clash. The hell are you dragging your feet for? It's just business, bro. So let's I'll put this in for you if you let me hack into your system. No. Look, I just want to see that you take. You're a psychopath. You're a psychopathic sociopath, Callahan. Look, I'm human. You're a robot. What I say goes. And I say, let me look at your Tinder code and see what's up. Use your wiles to make Jasper back down. Use your fist to make Jasper down. Let's defend my boy. I wallop Jasper right in the jaw. It's surprisingly unrisen. Ow, what the fuck? I grab his shirt collar before he can finish. Did you not hear what Clash said? People's lives are at stake, and you're just gonna wait time by trying to blackmail us? Well, it's not technically blackmail. I shake him around a bit. I don't care what it is. It's screwed up is what it is. So this, to be frank, and you best agree with that data, or else you'll really be smarting tomorrow. Okay, forget I said anything, I'll decrypt it. I'll let him go and he slips backward a bit. Wise fellow, give me the data. A USB stick pops from the side of Clash's head. He hands it to Jasper. Thank you kindly. Give me some time to decrypt this. You can talk amongst yourself while I do this. Jasper takes the USB stick, jams in his computer, and begins to work. Leaves me and Clash some time to talk. Your hand is bleeding. He's right. My knuckles are oozing some blood. Clash rolls a bandage out of his pocket and hands it to me. Thanks. Clash is quiet. I wrap up my knuckles quickly as I can. Why do Clash speak? I'm having trouble getting a read on you. 1 minute you're sweet as pie, the next you're sour as rotten milk. What delicious analogies you have. I'm serious though, it's hard to know what you'll do next. I'm used to something a bit more orderly. Get out of here. Humans aren't good at being orderly. That robot logic was weird. Sure, but eventually it makes sense. If you tell a robot by taking a toe and win by getting 3 X's in a row, you really bring them if it draw the third X on the board. Tell the robot had the right parameters. This logic makes sense. Like tricking someone into listening into confidential info that they have to work for you? Yes, glad to see you're catching on. But humans completely ignore parameters if they choose. That's what I don't get. I thought being sentient would mean that humanity would make sense to me, but there's so much I still don't get. You have the rest of your life to learn. Clash has a single soft trouble. I'm not even sure that would be enough time. I finish wrapping my hand. Callahan suddenly stands up. Gone is a suddenly earlier impish personality. He's completely serious now. You guys, this is big. What have you got, Callahan? The data from that lifeguard? There were orders to cause a distraction, stir up and beat some people up just to keep them busy. A distraction from what? I have my suspicions. Whoever wrote this code was smart enough to keep their name out of it, but there was another name. Silas. You know him, Clash? I'm not sure, actually. It sounds familiar. I remember a new program from years back about a navigational AI program called Silas. It was going to eliminate the need for human crew members if it had a higher reaction time and could avoid potential collisions more efficiently. And a secondary goal, studying and comparing certain cetacean intelligence to human. Unfortunately, Silas decided the best way to compare would be to merge, hence why he was shut down. I whispered to Clash the chance to here. So it is not a human we're looking for. Not disappointingly, no. We'd still be looking for him or unleash on. They shut down that project really thick, so someone had to react to him. We're still on the same track as we were. It's just a rampant AI involved now. So what are you guys listening about? I should back to speaking normally. Confidence shouldn't matter. Are you able to track where the data came from? No, I can't source it. If you give me some more time, I can see what I can do. That might take a few hours though. Get on it, Callahan. In the meantime, we'll keep our investigation. Sure thing. Jasper looked worried. This is real serious, huh? Yes. Even more serious than I had suspected. Jasper is quiet as that sinks in. I'm sorry I was being difficult. I knew there was a rogue AI involved. There's a lot you aren't allowed to know. Still, I'm sorry. You can fix this by tracing that signal source. Sure thing, Clash. Clash. Clash was enough for Jasper Callahan. Leave Jasper Callahan and let him work in peace. He glares at me and leaves, still a bit mad. I should probably feel guilty about punching him, but I don't. Let's go ahead and save. So now we know there's an advanced AI mixed up in all of this. What do we do now? We track down whoever let Silas loose. That way we can bring them to justice for letting programs cause so much destruction. As for how we go about that, the choice is up to you. Oh dang. Let's go see Jasper. What happens if we could go back to Jasper? You already talked to him. If it's the same with you, I'd rather not go back anytime soon. Let's go to her brother. You already talked to one of the waiters. Go later. Alright, they won't let you do anything, so I just have to say I don't know. Can't think of anything else. We know that Silas is involved. We know that he's hunting the violet skies. We know the violet skies and the memories of machinery are connected, but we still don't know why. He paused it. I can tell that he's frustrated. Maybe we should take a break. Think about what we found so far. That's actually a good idea. Come on, let's go back to the pool. Sounds good to me. If I could drink, then I need a step one. We return to the poolside bar. Order an ice cold bottle of water while Clash think. I can tell he's quite stressed out with the whole situation. I feel like I should say something. Sure, Clash will figure this out. Just be friendly. Sure, but will we figure it out in time? Will anyone or anything get us killed in the meantime? I still don't get the hunting whale thing. Who the hell would even compare whale brains to human brains? Another filtered JPEG of a man. At that moment, a man approached us. Clash immediately asked for attention. Officer Glenn, Clash reporting for duty. At ease, Clash. Clash, you okay? Sorry about that, beep booper. Old instincts kicking in. You still go by Clash? Yes, it's a bit more humanizing. After last partly. Clash, fist ball with anger. You're a robot. I know everyone at the office was calling you Clash. Being sentimental idiots, projecting their own lives on you. Deciding you were sentient was just because they liked you. And when I've said before, you're sentient. I like these little lines. Your sentient stick has nothing more than a trick. You can't say that about Clash. Aren't you sweet? Look, I'm here to check up on a ton of junk. I told the precinct that you should have been able to solve this by now. When you know it, they agreed. Why don't you let you know that you only have 3 more days? 3 days? Otherwise, they're pulling you off the case and putting me on it. It's not enough time. Well, then you obviously don't have human-style smarts for this. The whole reason we gave you the case, right? What's the matter, CL? The logic processor's glitching out? Or whatever the hell you're made of? Officer Glenn, there's just no time for harassment. You know what this ship is doing. You know that it needs to stop, so why are you stopping me? A smoke smile at Officer Glenn's face and he stared at Clash and turned to his face away. I'm afraid I'll have to break up this fight before you find a Clash patch on the shoulder. Don't have you excuse me, my wonderful assistant and I have a case to crack. It's him, alright? It's him. Of course you need a human assistance. Any Sherlock worth their salt needs a Watson. Officer Glenn jabs the media finger at us. This isn't over. You're going to fail. 3 days. That guy's the one who's doing it. He's Silas. He's whatever. Officer Glenn storms off, muttering under the breath. First off, how did he get on a boat? Like, he's like, oh, I'm just gonna fucking take a jet ski from the office to the boat, a cruise ship, and then I'm just gonna fucking jump off, swim overboard, back to land. Sorry about that, Big Booper. Officer Glenn is a very passionate man. Once he's decided something, he doesn't cave. He always thought it was ridiculous sending me to this case. Surprised the precinct sent him, of all people, to keep an eye on me. Maybe they're trying to change their mind. Maybe they didn't send him. Maybe, and he's just waiting for you to fail. Maybe. But whatever the reason, he's not getting the satisfaction of seeing me fail. We're going to crack this case wide open. That's the spirit. As soon as I figure out the next step. Detective Clash. Oh, waiter, hello. Wait, you are the same waiter we talked about earlier, Frank. No. You look just like him. I know. That specific waiter is currently busy with ornery client and asked me to pass on a message to you. It learned that the man who was attacked by the lifeguard is conscious, in stable condition, and accepting visitors. Really, now. It assumed that you would find the information forthcoming. It assumed it correctly. Are you going to talk to him? It's the least we could do. Alright, save. We made our way to the medical facilities. A nurse leads us to the room where a man is kept and shows us that he has visitors. You could have gotten a... Oh, I thought it was just a hospital now? I mean... Okay. You could just get a picture of a man in a bed and put Clash next to it. You didn't have to do whatever this is. When I enter the room, the man brightens up. When he sees Clash, he flinches back. It's okay, he's a friend. The man does not relax. You're Julian Xander, right? I don't want him here. I thought there was a detective here to see me. That would be Clash here. No, I'm not seeking any robots. I don't want any robots here. Clash isn't the lifeguard, he won't hurt you. If this were a game, then I just failed the speech check. What? I doubt that. If he doesn't leave and I refuse to talk, I'll be in the hallway. You think you can handle interviewing Node? And be rough with him. I'll be alright. Clash steps out of the room. He seems hesitant to leave me alone with Julian. Julian, meanwhile, breathes a sigh of relief as Clash leaves. Frankly, you made a mistake. How so? I loom over him ominously. He would have gone a hell of a lot easier on you than I will. What? I don't care what you went through. If I need to rough you up some answers, I will. So I hope you'll work with me, not against me. Julian goes pale with fright. I'll cooperate. I'll tell you everything I know. So why were you on Violet Skies? I was here on business. My friend convinced me to get a job here so we could work together over the summer. I was going to work with maintaining the waiters. She was going to be over in the research area. We were teaching each other stuff about our jobs. Is your friend Dr. Chance? Grace by chance? Yes, that's her. That's why I'm here. As for why I got attacked, I've made myself look like a target. It wasn't my best day. Why was that? Grace had told me about some self-absorbed hacker who kept harassing her, and then I was trying to fix one of the robotics waiter's elbow joint. This officer kept nagging about me to finish up my job so he could talk to the robot. It really just sourced my mood and kept me distracted. I might have taken it out to the lifeguard. He was just standing there, staring off the bed. I told him to piss off, which I guess pissed him off. He was so fast. Why was that officer wanting to talk to that waiter? I assumed he already wanted the robot to take his order. Were there other waiters around? Yes, but people can be pretty weird. They want that one specific waiter, and that's that. Was his name Glenn? His name tag started with G, but I don't remember what the nasty name was. Come on! Whatever, I guess I already figured it out. I paused, thinking we talked to hell for mercy from us. Maybe they had reasons. They could have been scared and worried. Surely they wouldn't have purposely held up the investigation. Then again, was that everything, Mr. Xander? Well, except for the part where I was knocked out and brought here. I still didn't get any visitors except you and Clash, was it? Grace didn't come by to visit. I'm sorry. It's fine. She was probably too busy. Anyway, that's all I can tell you. Sorry, it wasn't more. Don't worry, it was plenty. Clash replies more. Yes, Clash, we got it. Thank you. Clash, sorry, I couldn't let you in. Your lifeguard scared the crap out of me. I don't know if I would trust robot offense. No offense. That's one of the worst things I've been told. So, is that it then? Yeah, I think so. Get some rest, okay? Will do. I rejoined Clash in the hallway. I don't think all our friends are more connected to this than I let on. We better have ourselves another chat with each of them. Who do you want to talk to now? We know it's Glenn. We don't have... do I want content? How badly do I want content? He said my actions have consequences, so if we just go straight to Officer Glenn, let's just go to Glenn. I will say, he isn't this nasty to everyone. Just robots and assistants robots. Glenn. Where are we now? Why is there a sensor like there's a smear in the background? Using our power detection, If we figure out where Officer Glenn maybe hang out, sure enough, he's at the pool table. Officer Glenn, oh, you're back. If you're not here to hand the investigation over to me, then you have nothing to talk about. It seems like you already... It sounds like you've already been taking the investigation into your own hands. Glenn tenses up. What are you talking about? We had a poor sap who got the daylights knocked out of him. Why were you sneaking around the race? Who's that one? Xander? Very same. That's you were bugging him, trying to get out of the way he's acting one of the bot. I wanted my drink, he was holding me up. There were all sorts of waiters active, and you wanted that specific one? I don't have to explain myself. Actually, you do. You weren't authorized to do any investigation, and you shouldn't have been. You never do know when to fold them, do you? You know, because you were pushing that young man around. He ended up taking it on a very robot detective. Your actions directly lead to an innocent man getting assaulted. The room goes silent. Glenn's face is hard to read. Sadness, anger, regret, maybe even all three. Look, I want this whole situation to be resolved. And work with me, not against me. Tell me what you wanted to know from that robotic waiter. Glenn is stubbornly silent. Sir, I need you to tell me. If Glenn is affected by Clash's demeanor, he shows no sign of it. Look, I'd tell you if I could, but I couldn't make heads or tail of it either. What was it? Glenn shows the sign and pulled out a USB device. A copy of some orders the waiters received. I wanted to compare its code to some of the other robots. You can probably plug it in your head and read it. Clash's visual suspicion. I think I'd rather not. I tried to read Glenn's suspicion. It shows neither surprise, relief, nor disappointment. Maybe you can take it that a weird hacker kid on board. By the way, keep an eye on him. I don't trust him. I trust him more than you. And he wants to dismantle me. So what does that say about you? Glenn refuses to answer. You should keep an eye out on that researcher later. She's always hanging around that engineer kid who got hurt. There's no conspiracy there. No conspiracies everywhere these days. Glenn rolls his eyes. You wanted help and I gave it to you. Now, how about you go on your little adventure and let me get back to my game. He goes back to his game of pool. You step outside. Let's go ahead and put it like on page 7 so I can return. Step aside. Clash clutched the USB tightly. This is Jasper. Who do you want to talk to now? Let's go to Jasper. Ah, yes, our hacker friend. He better behave himself. Return to Jasper's cabin. His mouth does stop bleeding. He glares at me. You're back. Here, we got another piece of evidence for you. Another USB stick? We got it from Officer Glenn. Jasper makes a strange face. Obviously, he's very uncomfortable knowing that he's holding something for Glenn. I'm running this through a virus check a few times before opening. We'll get back to you as soon as I am. There's an awkward silence. Something else isn't there. What's up with you and Dr. Grace? Oh, you heard about that, huh? Look, it was something that I found out. I was trying to get in touch with Julian about it, but I couldn't get a hold of him. I know Doc and Julian hang out a lot, so I was telling her to him. Go back to that. I know Doc and Julian hang out a lot, so I was telling her to tell him. And I tried to ask her on a date. What did you find out? There's a serious vulnerability. I found a vulnerability in the robots. I took the liberty to come up with a patch. The rest of the robotics department won't listen to me and found anything, so I thought Julian could apply the patch. You didn't mention this vulnerability earlier? Yeah, I was slightly distracted. He says this while looking at me, trying to meet his eyes. I remember shortly after you guys left, and I was going to track you down and tell you, but I didn't want to leave the decryptor unattended. And sometimes I get really seasick when I'm outside. Instead of inside and looking at the window, I'm fine. Strange. And I don't get it either. Getting us back on track, what was this vulnerability anyways? A backdoor that allows someone to edit an individual robot's code. Usually orders are uploaded to the network and distributed to each bot. The method they use allowed roboticists to catch any unauthorized updates. Was this backdoor someone could just update them to their liking? Pretty much. Might explain why Salus has been able to hack stuff. Why would you need an AI to help? The magic of robot logic. With the right security measures, AI would be too full to get in. But if any human with basic knowledge of how these bots unlock the back door, Salus could easily upload his override. Well shit, first time I've heard Clash swear so hard, this keeps getting worse. Clash waves goodbye to Jasper and then steps aside. He looks upset. Oh, wonderful. I detect Tarkin. Good at detecting the object. Stop. And I better catch up to the same before you one more thing was up. Be careful around Dr. Gray. The inspector? She knows more about the robotic than she lets on. I don't have anything solid about one. But what I've seen in the robotics of her don't line up with what she says. You've been doing some snooping of your own? Hackers gotta hack. I leave Jasper to his work. I rejoin Clash on the deck. He stares out over to the sea. The culprit is definitely on board, allowing Felix to take over the robot. Jasper told me some stuff you may want to know. Like what? Still Clash, Jasper said. Clash doesn't say anything, but I can tell he's thinking. We'll keep an eye on them. For now, let's continue our investigation. Who do you want to talk to now? I don't think the waiter did it. That would be the biggest plot twist of 2022. The waiter did it. There doesn't be any clients harassing your waiter friends right now. That's the waiter's charging station. A waiter watches us. I was expecting you, so you're the same gentlebot we were interviewing earlier? Yes, did I speak with Mr. Xander? Just a while ago, actually. Good, then my coworker got the message to you. I was concerned to get held up by the other clients. I've heard you've been getting some interesting clients yourself. Indeed. Let us avoid beating around the bush then. You're about asking me about my interesting client. Go ahead. Why did Glenn want to speak with you? The waiter tries to respond, but his voice is garbled static. He seems surprised by this. Unexpected. It seems like someone put a lock on you. A what? Programming lock that prevents robots from blabbing about confidential matters. Clash. Why didn't they put one on you about this case? No idea. Glad they didn't though. Would have been able to hire the best assistant in the world they had. Quite the kiss up. Quiet. Let me try something else. You know, Mr. Xander, Dr. is not too planned. We did not talk about the weather. We did not talk about the terrible job that human genetics have done with the Western. We did not talk about, again, his voice is concerned. I am concerned and embarrassed. Not only am I unable to speak directly of it, but I cannot speak indirectly of it either. Try writing it down. But it's either nearby and try writing it down. That's like an abstract mind. Now be a time that I am not dexterous with a pencil. Yeah, a lot of robots aren't. Where's the shot? You know about Dr. Grace, Officer Glenn, and Mr. Xander, but you aren't allowed to share any details about it. Someone has voted down what we share details about them. I'll have to go somewhere else and ask. No. Whatever it is, looks like we can't do anything on that idea. I wish I could have been more assistance. Return to the deck. Poor guy looks like he's a victim of himself. Either that or he's trying to dodge suspicion. Whatever the reason, we can't or won't get anything else out of him. You're giving up on him that easily? I'm not giving up. If it is a lock, they won't be able to say anything. Might even try a circus if he tries to brute force the bypass. If it is not a lock, then he's not going to let anything out. Without any hacking anyways. And I'm not going to risk him with Jasper. Might as well check on the others. Who do you want to talk to? Let's check to Dr. Grace. Hopefully we'll get along better this time. I doubt it will happen, but I can still hope. We get back to the research center. Dr. Grace is jotting down notes from the textbook. Oh, it's you two. What have you two been up to since we last spoke? We were checking up on our friend, Julius Xander. Oh. Her smile flushed ever so slightly. He's recovered already? He took a steel punch to the jaws of rather well. He was always a hardy fellow. And the reason you didn't tell us you knew the victim? Cut the crap, Grace. You held out on us. Don't get your shorts in a bunch. I didn't think it was that important. If you insist. Look, I didn't want our connection to be made known. If word gets out that my friend and I just so happen to be able to get a job on the same high-tech boat, they might suspect that I pulled some strings to get him on board. Did you? Dr. Grace completely ignores the question and continues. Not to mention the fact that we talk about our jobs with each other. Our bosses might assume that we've been sharing department secrets. Have you? Again, Dr. Grace ignores the question. Please, Beep Booper, you can't let him leave the room. My job is on the line. You ignore my questions, Doctor. Dr. Grace is no focus on me. Answer Clash's questions. Answer Clash's question. She finally stopped looking at me and said, looking back, what questions? You pull strings to get your robotic and training friend aboard. And have the two of you been sharing department secrets with each other? I mean, what's simply how the robots on board work. I remember that Julius said that he and Dr. Grace have been teaching you about their job. I also remember what Jasper said about someone on board needing to make the robots along. I see what Clash is getting at. Could Dr. Grace have learned about how the staff are about to work to the point where she would exploit any system vulnerabilities and the waiter's strange inability to say anything about Dr. Grace? Could Dr. Grace have learned enough to keep it quiet? And hell, Officer Glenn outright told us she was suspicious. Was he right? Much to our surprise, Dr. Grace begins to cry. It's not a gentle or graceful cry, but a full-blown gasping sob. I have nothing to do with this. None of this is my fault. I can't believe that I was suspecting him. I didn't say anything about suspecting you. I just need to answer finally. Okay, listen, I'm just so terrified of anything anyone else on board. When you told me that hacker that was harassing her, we did. Or those TV head freaks serving you on decks if we did? Just leave me alone, ma'am. Answer my questions. You need to leave. I refuse to answer any more questions, and if you don't leave right now, I'll have gotten confidence, so get out. Dr. Grace returned to her work, still sobbing. Except for the same question, we're done here. Luckily, I felt flash with that, leaving the panicking Dr. Grace to her anxiety. So what are your thoughts on this whole play? Here we go, we have the final question, we'll put it on page 9. You did great. She's pretty suspicious. That's what I was thinking. Either that or she's naturally a ball of anxiety, which would make her seem suspicious when she actually isn't. Either way, that was a very interesting reaction from her. Definitely keep her in mind as we carry out the rest of our investigation. Who do you want to talk to now? Okay, so this is the big purple means I'll go ahead and create several actually. Go to talk to Dr. Grace. The biggest plot twist would be okay, I think that is everyone. We learned quite a bit, yeah. I can barely stop beyond receiving the mouth. You tired? I realized how late it was. You've really been at this all day. You know, you got a couple of days left to crack the case, but you need your rest. What about you? Oh no, my batteries are still pretty charged. Would you like me to walk you back to your cabin? Yes, please. Flash walks me back to my cabin. At the door, he tips his hat and wishes me a good night. As soon as I enter a room, I fall into bed. I was asleep as soon as my bed hits the pillow. I wake at midnight. Well, go back. Alright. So. Alright. I don't. On the first page, too. Can't overwrite these. Oh, those are automatic saves. These are quick save. I want to put it on 1. Alright, I think I'm going to call it there for it's really late for me right now and I need to get some sleep. So I will finish this probably tomorrow. So yeah. Hello everybody and welcome back to Clash Robot Detective. So it's been some time, so yeah, life caught up to me, and I was doing this last time really late at night, and I just needed to go to bed. This game is much longer than I expected it to be, so we're at the bed. Clash walks me back to my cabin. At the door, he tips his hat to me and wishes me a good night. As soon as I enter my room and fall into bed, I'm asleep as soon as my head hits the pillow. I awake at midnight. I have a terrible feeling, almost as if someone's watching me. I pull the blanket around my shoulder. I hope I'm best listening. Someone is right outside the door. I'm starting to wish I'd asked Clash to stay the night. The door slowly creaks open. An imposing figure slowly enters the room. It moves with robotic grace. I suddenly realize that I'm looking at the rogue lifeguard from earlier. That looks like an AI image, I swear. It has returned and is now standing in my room. Let's scream for Clash. I really wish I let Clash say it right now. I scream out Clash's name, hoping against all hope that he is close enough to hear me. Don't know if Clash heard me, but the lifeguard certainly did. It comes closer to the bed, reaching towards me. Yay! At that moment, another robot runs the room. It's Clash. He heard me. Without hesitation, Clash tackles the lifeguard from behind. It's Clash. He heard me. Yeah. Lifeguard stands firm against Clash's. What does this button do? Okay, just does that. No. Alright. The lifeguard stands firm against Clash's attack, which causes Clash to lose his balance and tumble backwards. The lifeguard turns his attention to Clash. Please do not be upset, Robot Detective. Upset? That's putting it mildly. What are you doing here anyway? I punched you overboard. I swam back. What a straightforward reply. Your attack cleared my mind and brought me back to my senses. I want to help you, but how can we trust you? I have not attacked you again. Fair enough. Robot Detective, what do you want to know about Silas? He's hacking robot... Wait, what? Let's go back. History. How can we trust you? I have not attacked you again. Fair enough. Robot Detective, what do you want to know about Silas? He's hacking robots to cause chaos in this boat. Do you know who is making us more vulnerable to his attacks? No. Lots of suspects, no confirmations. Then I'll give you that confirmation. The researcher, Dr. Grace, she convinced her friend to teach her about our inner workings. One evening, she caught me alone and fiddled with my code. By the time I realized what she had done, it was too late. That's why she freaked out the way she did when we confronted her. Why is she working with Silas? I don't know. You would have to ask her. I think we have another chat with our friend. It is too late. Lifeguard towards the door. The night is foggy and it's hard to see anything. Lifeguard's next word caused my stomach to drop. Silas is here. Oh. Clash and I step close to the door and we peer through the fog and see what the lifeguard is pointing at. At first we think we are staring at the distant lights across the ocean. What are we staring at? This room looks nice. I'll look at that cute little TV. Then, a feeling of dread, and we realize the bright lights are not far away. They are dimmed and right next to us. We crane our necks to look at the huge vessel. Our necks? I mean, I'm the only one here who has a neck. I have a hairdryer and a camera for a head. Blood and oil cakes the exterior. The crane on its back jerks around like a broken marionette. It is far too silent for such a vessel, until it lets out a thunderous horn. Oh, it's the horn that sounds like the siren call of death itself. The memory of machinery has arrived. Passengers leave their cabin in a panic, only to be caught by the vessel's claw. They are crushed and smeared against the boat's deck. I can hear someone screaming. Clash pulling back inside. I want to help those people, but when we go out there, we're screwed. We have to help those people, sure. I think it's a little too late for them. What we can do, we'll do what we can to stop the memories. Save everyone else that we can. I'll protect as many lives as I can. Any suggestions how we can get over from there? Grab the crane as it lowers. Jump off when it reaches the other side. Don't get crushed. Sounds awesome. Agreed, that's all we've got. Let's go, Beep Booper. Reach inside, charging King's Claw. Next time it crashes into the deck, Crash grabs me around the waist and takes a flying leap on the side. We nearly miss getting crushed. Flash manages to hold on to both the crane and myself as it carries its payload back to the memories. As it lowers to smear the bodies onto its deck, Clash lets go. Once we have touched the deck of memory, I release my waist. I try not to look at the broken corpses as we brush on the bridge. Doors open and close, guiding us through the innards of the ship. Silas is rousing us to reach him, but why? Perhaps whoever is controlling him wants to confront us. Finally, we stand on the bridge. The center of the room hosts a cylinder that hums with power. This is the brain of the ship, I'm certain of it. Clash and I look at each other and nod. Give me a second, I'll see if I can figure out how to shut this down. It's Callahan. At that moment, Callahan runs into the room. Guys, wait. Yes, what are you doing here? Strike that, how did you get here? Same with you guys, I hitched a ride. I had to tell you what was on that ESP drive. The program was made by Dr. Gray. She'd been using this program to get Silas to take over the robots. Just then, a figure wielding a heavy textbook enters the room. The figure uses that textbook to knock Jesper out. It's Dr. Grace. That little prick talks too much. And you two sticking your noses where they don't belong. Why would someone as smart as you start such a mess like this? Oh, now somebody recognized my greatness. Well, it's too damn late for that. Is this seriously a cry for attention? It's a cry for recognition. I was the best in all my class, graduated with honors for every single one of my degrees. So where did all that time, effort, and money get me? Backwater libraries in the middle of nowhere. I should have been rubbing elbows and sipping wine with elite minds of the country. I should have been somebody. Well, now I am, indeed, somebody. I'm somebody who unleashed Silas onto an unsuspecting world. It can't get me fame, if I can't get fame, then I'll take notoriety. Well, that's an achievement. Thank you. The achievement is you're the biggest bitch I've ever met. Grace sputters in ignition. Well, what the hell else am I supposed to call you? I have a feeling attention whore would piss you off more. Grace has an inaccurate yelp of rage. You sacrificed hundreds of people to a rogue AI, and you did all for attention, not some weird moral high ground, out of a desperation to keep a job, not even for something as stupid as paying back your college loan. Any other moment would have been tolerable, and you went with attention. You did this all for attention. How the hell do you reconcile yourself to that? Oh, skipped a minute. Yeah, you know what? I take it back. Attention whore not only fits you, but you are the most extreme version of an attention whore I've ever had the displeasure of meeting. You bastard. Grace rushes at Clash, wielding the textbook angrily. She doesn't get to use it. Clash effortlessly knocks her unconscious with one fantastic slap. I hate to hit a lady. Her, though, it was just fine. I just looked at the computing cylinder in the middle of the room. This is definitely Silas's source of power. We need to disable that right now. Doubt Silas will let him shut him down. Can you hack it? My hacking would involve directly interfacing with it, so in the name of not getting hacked, let's say no. I should try hacking it the old-fashioned way, unless you want to give it a try. Then it's Jasper stirring on the floor, so there's a flash. And one of us should check on Jasper. He didn't look too good. Let me check on Jasper. Flash approaches the cylinder and tries to hack Silas. I kneel down to Jasper. He starts to stand up, but stumble. I catch him before he falls back down. He leans against me and I prop him up with my shoulder. He looks at me confused. What happened? You got your ass beat. Of course I did. Want to hear something funny? Haha funny or cosmic crisis funny? Could go either way. Go for it. We already knew that you were trying to tell us. Jasper went completely quiet. For a moment I'm afraid he's going to pass out again. So I didn't have to come here and get beat up? You're right, that's funny. I should have put his shoulder at us. That said, we have a nice task for you. Oh, so I'm not completely used to it now. Never were, bro. Let me at this AI asshole. Jasper fingered at finally the keyboard as he frantically typed. I can barely keep up with the lines of code he filters into the program. Flash watches in fascination. It's strange to see hacking from this angle. Yeah, typing it out isn't effective as thinking it. Pretty damn cool though. Oh, well thank you, Mr. Clash. Mister, you've earned my respect, sir. Clash beams with joy. And suddenly the power shorts out. We got him! Wait, seriously? Silas is no more. The non-computerized backup power system shut off in 3, 2, power flicker's back on. Okay, my timing was off. Clash double takes the monitor. He lets a whistle. Not only did you shut Silas out, you completely erased any hint of him from the system. Remind me not to get on your bedside. I have no desire to hack you anymore. So that's it? We shut down the computer. We caught the perpetrator. Seems like case closed to me. All those people who died. Casper, Flash Casper, Summer, Beep Booper, we saved who we could. And if we hadn't stopped Silas when we did, there would have been a lot more deaths. I sigh, just thinking about everyone Silas crushed. Flash put a hand on my shoulder. I'm going to recommend they sink the ship. Maybe a burial at sea will put the souls to rest. I nod. I don't think a good idea, but right now let's get out of here. We need to wrap this up. We leave Silas' silent cylinder behind. We step out into the deck of the memories, which by the way is covered in head to toe in blood. The sound of chopping blades alerts to helicopters coming good. Yeah, I might have given the cops a call before I came. That's funny, I sent out a private signal right when I saw the memories. And that's not counting anyone who called during the attack. No wonder they got here so quickly. The helicopter lands. A somewhat distracted officer approaches. That looks like a really poorly cropped image or an AI generated image. A somewhat distracted officer approaches. Clash, great job cracking the case. I couldn't have done it without my assistant here. Still, you got it done, my man. If they don't give you human rights benefits, then I'll eat my hat. Much obliged. By the way, you'll find the perpetrator inside. Clash pulls the USB from the temple. Got their entire confession recorded here. The friendly officer takes the USB and nods solemnly. Then he goes inside to make an arrest. I'm gonna go over there and see if the officers have any first aid stuff. You still feel bad? Yes, I am in fact still in excruciating pain. Jasper limps over to the other officers. I look at Clash, thinking about something he just revealed. You've been recording everything? Yes. I transfer the footage I collected was important to the case's draft. The rest I keep for myself. This is a huge learning experience for me. One that I really don't want to forget. What we do now? Well, first I'm going to head back to the precinct. I have to write up a good, long report about it. And after that, not sure honestly. Maybe I'll stick with the precinct a while longer. Maybe I'll take advantage of my rewrites and start my own agency. Whatever I do, I want to keep helping people. It sounds like a great plan. Oh, that reminds me. How would you like a new job? Doing what? Working my assistant full time. Really? Of course. I've been paying attention to how close you've been handling yourself during the case. Overall, you tried to handle yourself with maturity and compassion. Can't think of anyone else I'd like by my side. It's not Clash's statement. I mean, as a business partner. Yep, that sounded unintentionally romantic now that I think about it. Yeah, what do you say? I'd love to keep working for you. Fantastic. Give me some time to put some strings pulled, and I'll give you a call once we got our spot opened up. In the meantime, I've got a case to wrap up, and you have the rest of your vacation to go. It's nice. It's been nice working with you, Beep Booper. Flash reaches to shake my hand. Shakes hand. Hug him. Thought of this being goodbye. Even if I see him again soon, it's just too much. Really rocked me in a big hug. He loses the balance of surprise, but he soon returns to us. My hug. He rests his chin on my shoulder and speaks softly in my ear. You've got a good heart. Don't let that go. I pull him back and smile. I get the sense he's running through tears. Flash escorts me back to the violet skies. He tips his hat to me respectfully before boarding the helicopter. I watch him go up until the helicopter's out of sight. walk my way back to the cabin. The truth's trying to fix what Silas destroyed before we return to the port. It'll probably take another day before we get back. I lie down in my bed and close my eyes, trying to empty my mind before we go back to sleep. But all I can see in my mind's eye is Clash. Intimidating culprits like a big protective brother, cracking one-liners and showing surprising wisdom. I've never met a robot like him before. I don't know if I'll ever meet anyone else like him. I'm so glad that we parted on such good terms. At the end of the game, I'm so grateful that I met Clash, the robot detective. Oh, we did it! Good ending. So so that was honestly 10 out of 10. That was a surprising length of game. Actually, I had to take a break and come back a couple while later to beat it. But yeah, that was really good. I really enjoyed that. So it said that your actions had consequences. I think they just said that. It didn't actually... Like, I could have probably done anything and still won the game. Because I never had to choose who I thought it was. Because honestly, I thought it was the mean cop dude. I already forget his name. It was so long ago. It was so late at night. But no, it's Jasper. I honestly said the biggest surprise would be if it's the robot, if it's the waiter. The waiter would be the biggest plot twist. But it wasn't the waiter. It was just Grace. But anyway, yeah, it was a good game. It was surprisingly high quality for a indie game and surprisingly good length. All free by the way, which you can download. I'll put the link in the description. So yeah, 10 out of 10. Honestly, I really enjoyed that. And a lot of people might criticize and say, well, most indie games, even free ones, have hand-drawn art. This is just someone took some images off Google, photoshopped them together, added some weird filters. But honestly, if art is hard. A lot of people don't understand that art is really hard, and this is a game jam. It's supposed to be a limited amount of time. So honestly, if you can't draw or anything, maybe AI generated art and characters and Photoshop and already existing photos, it gives a sense of style to your game. I like how this game fully embraced the style and didn't go super, off the track, like 20 different styles at once. It took one style and embraced that. So yeah, I really like that. So yeah, 10 out of 10. And I will see you all in the future. Adios, amigo.